Okay, so today we're going to learn how to do buttonhole, and what I'm doing here is just starting my machine. I start with a knot. I don't know if you know this method that I do here, but is the zigzag method to start the machine. I do put it underneath the hook, and I get the yarn like this. I lift a very long tail, and I cross. So I cross, and as I'm crossing, I'm picking up the yarn. So this way, that way, this way. Okay, so I'm crisscrossing the yarn. I like to do this method because it's already almost finished, and sometimes if I have to do a crochet, I just finish. So don't forget, the tail has to be, you cross at the end and you put at the bottom. So this is my long tail here. I can use this yarn to sew again. So when you come to the last stitch, you're going to pass your yarn underneath the red peg, over, open up your yarn feeder, close, leave this tail hanging, and then you start knitting as you go, helping the machine. Okay, sometimes takes a little practice to just do this, but it's a very, very easy method to start your machine, and is already almost finished. It will not frill on you. Just be careful for the few rows, like 2-3 rows. So this is going to be a buttonhole. I posted today. Like I said, the smaller one, you don't need to make to pass it over the stitches, because the gauge of the machine is already big enough, and you just can move over your yarn and make us a buttonhole. However, if you have big buttons and you want to do the hole, you can apply this method. So I always leave it to, I have here the one stitch, the machine picks it up, and then second stitch, third stitch. So this yarn, this one here, it's my clearance one, and I'm going to, the reason I did this was I put the 3 black ones here, so you would see where I start. You don't need to leave three here. You can leave just 1, but I want to leave 3 just to make sure you understand what I'm doing, okay? This is just a clearance here, but you can start making your buttonhole from the second one over or the third one over if you're going to finish your edge with a crochet, or maybe hand knitted the edge here. If I'm talking about for a cardigan or a baby jacket, or anything that you want to apply a button, and you don't want to sew the button over the 2, so you need a buttonhole. So like I said, you're gonna leave 1, 2 here, and I left the third one. This is my clearance one. The one you want to start working is with your third one. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up, this stitch here, lifting the yarn. Okay, so, and when you lift the yarn, you're going to see how you did, pick it up your stitch, and then now you're going to remove the yarn from the yarn feeder. Just close it back so you don't break the machine. You're going to use your crochet hook, and that's how you pick it up. So pick up the yarn and lift a loop. Okay, so that loop you're going to use in this needle here, and you're going to give it back the loop to that needle. What happened is this needle is going to knit the loop that you created. Okay, don't tie too much, because if you tie too much too loose, you're gonna the hole is gonna be too loose. Too tight, you have a chance of maybe breaking the machine, and you don't want to do that. So I did tighten a bit. Okay, now I'm going to pass the yarn underneath the red bag there, bring it up and put it in your yarn feeder. Okay, close the latch, and now you can just knit regular. Okay, so that's your buttonhole. It's not difficult, and very easy, and it becomes really, really nice after. It gives a nice touch, even if you want to just create a fabric like that, something for a scarf or anything, or something else, a garment, and you want to put the holes, that's your hole. See, you can do that. So I'm going to knit a few rows here, and then I can show you the one with the two. Okay, but okay, so a few rows here. Okay, so here is your hole is there. Okay, so you want me to do it again? So okay, let's do one more time. So I'm not counting my first one, that's my edge. Okay, then I have one needle, two needles, and my third needle. This is where I want to do I want to create the buttonhole. So I'm going to pick it up here. Okay, and that's my loop there. So I'm picking up the loop. By the way, I'm using this peg. I hope you invest in one of these. This is a great tool, and it's very useful, especially when you like to knit in the Addi machine. Okay, or any circular. So I'm picking it up picking it up the loop. I get caught for some reason. Okay, there you go. So I lifted up the loop. Was having some trouble. I'm gonna pinch it here with my finger because I don't want it to lose that stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up, my latch. Okay, and I'm picking up, creating here a loop, and I'm returning that loop to this needle here. So the middle one, this one is the one I removed the stitch, and this one I'm returning back. You notice that the yarn is underneath this needle here because it's already, the needle is being pick up the yarn and is about to knit that one. So when it comes to that, I don't like to put it in the bottom. See, if you drop the loop you created, you're going to lose both loops, because what happened is the needle is going to drop both loops and then you will lose both of them. So leave your loop just underneath your hook, your needle hook. Okay, so close your latch and then pick it up, the yarn. You see it picked it up again, already, and then is knitting your thing. I do a little touch so I can tighten a little bit here, so my yarn goes around the red peg, going back here, going to the yarn feeder, threading. So now this needle that I pick up the loop, the stitch, is going to knit the new yarn. So it's going to form a new row, okay? So it's there. And then you go back and forth as usual, okay? So let me do once again. I'm always scared that you guys don't get it, and then I don't want you to say, oh, I didn't get that, I didn't understand that. So because sometimes I'm lack of words, I can't find specific words to use for this. So I'm just gonna do one more, bear with me guys. So okay, so this is the one I did, you see, like that. Now I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do the double, okay? Doing the double is a little different because you have to pay attention in how up you want you have your needles, okay? So for example, this one is already two up. It's too high. What happens if you bring the loop here? You won't be able to stretch the loop that far. So if you don't stretch the loop that far, you're not gonna be able to pass it over. If you try to do it and force it, you might break your needle. So it's best for you to leave it at this height here, which is you know, not even a halfway. It's just a little bit up, okay? Hope you can see this. Up close already. Okay. You guys can see how well I do videos. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to lift up this loop here. As you can see, the machine dropped the previous yarn and it's down below. If you let it drop, you're going to lose, okay? So I'm just going to remove my stitch over. And sometimes it's a little difficult, guys. It depends on the yarn. This yarn here tends to cut a bit, tends to split, okay? And tend to split here, okay. Looks like I can't do it. Okay, I did. Finally. I think this peg is too a little bit big for that. But anyway, so I again remove the yarn feeder and pick it up your loop, bring it over here, okay, close your yarn feeder, and then just knit that. When you're gonna come to this one, you're going to do a loop, okay, and now you're gonna do this one here. Going to get this I hope you can see what I'm doing. Pick it up this one, pick it up this one, okay, move the yarn over underneath that and bring this one here, okay. Okay, maybe I should do this again for you guys. When I say move over, it gets a little bit difficult. Okay. See, if you pull too much, this is what happens. It gets caught. No big deal. we fix it. Fix it. Do a couple times. Okay. So this is the hole we create, you see? So if you don't pull it too much, you're going to end up with a hole there, but you can fix it to the edge again. You can fix it. See, that's how it is. You move one over this way, one that way. Should we do it again? Let me see it again. Okay, up. So we're going to pick it up this stitch here. And of course on camera everything is more difficult. But I guess you understand. So I'm pinching there so I don't lose my yarn at this point. I just close my yarn feeder and remove the yarn. So the yarn goes behind and then I pull the loop, and this is what I'm gonna thread the machine with. That loop. Make sure your yarn goes underneath there. Okay? So at this point I have this loop here, which is the next one. Okay? And like that. I'm gonna pinch that, but first, okay, and pull a big loop. I'm gonna pull a big loop. Pull a big loop, but don't forget that you have to thread two machines. So this one, two needles. So this one is gonna go there, so we can thread that, and this needle is going to pick it up, the new yarn. Now I'm going to do the second one. So when it comes to the second one, you see that is empty. See that is empty. Get the yarn, get also the yarn, and just thread it again there. Okay. So the stitch forms here. I hope you understand. Okay, so you see it picked it up. This is the new loop that we create. Okay, now we can safely go back to the yarn feeder. Okay, it takes a little practice, but once you get it, the sky's your limit. I encourage you to try. Don't just tell me, oh my God, it's too difficult, I don't understand. It's not difficult. You can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I tried different ways to make the hole, but I wasn't very successful. And this one is the most simple one, believe it or not. Most simple one, and it works. Unless you want to just get the yarn and physically sew it to the other side, to one side, okay? And this is your bigger hole. I don't know if you want me to do it again. It's quite difficult to do in camera because you have to maneuver around. I'm going to do it again. So this is gonna be my this is gonna be the loop. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna try to do with the crochet hook, which is a little bit. So you have to fish. Practically, you have to fish your yarn and take it from the yarn feeder. Okay. Remove the yarn from the yarn feeder. So you're going to again pull up a loop, put it there. Always close your yarn feeder because you don't want it to to break your machine. So as you see, the yarn pick it up, right? It pick it up. I mean, the machine pick up the yarn. When it comes here, you don't want this to be empty. So what you do is you put the yarn there, and it's just going to pick it up. Okay? Now you can go back and thread your machine. Okay? Should do another one. All right, thank you. You got it already? Okay. So this is it. This is how it is, the buttonhole. I hope you like it like me. Make it a little bit close and wide here so you can see everything. So we made a couple holes here, and this is what you have. Like if you want to do something like this, it's very pretty too. I mean, it's a new stitch. If you can do it every 3 once and then alternate, you're gonna have a little different a little stitch. Okay, different stitch. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it, you like it, and I'm sorry if I can't do videos better than this, but my purpose here is to teach my techniques because I really love these guys here. These are my babies. Thank you. Take care. Bye for now.